If you're a brand new Etsy seller, you need to watch this video because when I first started selling on Etsy years ago, I didn't have these kind of insights and now realizing how important it is. We're going to go over what you need to prioritize when starting out an Etsy shop and how to create the best framework so you can have the most success with your shop. Whether you're selling digital products, physical products, or print-on-demand products on Etsy, you'll find this video very helpful because we're going to go over higher level topics that you can apply to your shop. So let's get right into the video. All right, so as you can see, this is my YouTube channel in my communities tab, where I started creating polls for people from my audience. It was a way to just figure out what your thoughts are about Etsy and how you guys approach it and what you guys prioritize when starting an Etsy shop. So super interesting insights, and I'm sure you're going to learn a lot from this as I've learned a lot looking at this data to figure out if I agree to some of them or not. We're going to go through all of them and I'll show you my thoughts about these. So the first one is, what is the most important aspect of growing a successful Etsy shop? So I marked here marketing aesthetics, as in like visuals or product quality and customer service. So all four of these elements are very important, right? But majority of you guys said marketing is top. And personally, I agree. You can have the best products in the world, but if you don't know how to market your products, you're not going to make it. And I remember when I first started my very first shop, I didn't really know about this. I just thought that since I was a creator, I love creating things. I love doing woodworking. Like you can see in the shelving back there. I was just obsessed with creating the best product ever. I didn't really think about even the aesthetics here or the marketing or customer service. I just wanted to create things. And I put it up on Etsy and Shopify and it was crickets, right? No one visited my store. I was like, what is going on? I thought I created a really cool product, but that's because I didn't understand the idea of marketing. And in this channel, I do talk a lot about marketing, and what I do and what I share with people are just using basic SEO, and it's pretty much the easiest way to apply to your shop without doing social media tactics and all those things. All right, so here's a fun one. How much money would you like to make on Etsy a month? So majority of people want to make over 5,000 a month, which is totally doable. When I first started, my goal was just around 4,500 because that was what I was making as an electrician before I started getting to the e-commerce world. I was a construction worker, and I was like, you know what? I'd love it if I could just make the same amount as I made in my day job. So when I was able to achieve that, when I was able to break that record, I was like, whoa, this is amazing. And now the sky's kind of the limit. You can just keep growing, you can keep building more shops and really build up that. You can make 10, 20K a month if you really want to. But it's very cool to see that everyone wanted to make this goal here, which is really cool to see. And it's definitely possible. All right. Are you selling on Etsy right now? All right. So majority of you guys said I want to in the future, 71% of it. So I'm guessing majority of you guys are just planning on it. Maybe you are on the same boat. So hopefully I can help you out in this journey. I remember when I first started like that, I was on the same boat. It may seem overwhelming, but you got this. Just keep doing step by step, and best of luck. What type of product are you selling on Etsy? Okay, so there's physical products, digital products, print on demand, and still figuring it out, which is cool. When I first started, I was definitely figuring it out as well. But the highest one here is digital products, which is amazing. This is kind of the one where I actually saw the most success personally. Before I knew what digital products were, I was doing physical products. Like I said, I was building up wall art, I was doing wooden things, and I was taking pictures of it, selling it online. And the reason why it didn't work, it wasn't because of the product itself, but like I mentioned earlier, it was the marketing aspect of it. But yeah, for anyone who wants to start now, I do believe that digital products is one of the best ways you can start, along with print on demand. But most of the time for for your individual skill set, I do believe that digital products is amazing. So it's great seeing everyone jumping on this category. Okay, so this is an important one. Have you purchased from Etsy before? Okay, so the reason why I asked this, well, first of all, people who said yes is 58%, which is amazing. The people who said no, 42. I really hope that you do become a customer of Etsy. And the reason being is, in order to be a good seller on Etsy, in order to know the mindset of a buyer, right? What happens when they add the cart? What kind of messages do they get? Do they get in post email? How does all these stuffs work? And just your mindset on swiping through pictures when you're on your phone, when you're on the computer, right? When you finally go through that process on just being a consumer, a buyer on Etsy, you learn a lot on the platform. You're going to gain a lot of different insights and realize, hey, you know what? I can apply these things as a seller because I know what's missing. I know what's working. I know what I like. I know what I don't like. So for everyone that said no to this, I really hope that you just try to buy something on there, and trust me, you're going to learn a lot from it. And this is something, like I said, I've done in the past where I didn't do. And now I definitely am a regular on there just to keep up with how the apps work, how the process works. Have you tried running Etsy ads before? All right. So 6% people said that yes, I love it. 25 says yes, but it's not working for me. 44% says no, I'm still setting up my shop first, which is great. You definitely want to set that up. And 25% says no, I'm afraid to lose money. Okay. So something that I recommend is when you first set up your shop, I want to make sure that you have a fully optimized shop where for me, I personally like to do 12 to 16 listings. You want to make sure that you have the FAQs, you have the sections, you have the good descriptions going on, you have the proper keywords. So once that is all set up, I recommend trying a little bit of Etsy ads. Maybe have some friends and family putting the reviews in your shop already before you run the ads, just so that you have some credibility when you show it to people who don't know your shop. But you can start with $1 or $2 a day and just see how it goes. Run it for maybe 2 weeks or so, just collect the data and figure out, okay, cool, a lot of people are visiting, but no one's really buying, no one's really clicking through my listings. And from that point, you'll learn a lot about your shop. You'll gain a lot of different data on what's working, which listings are getting more clicks than others, which ones are getting more impressions but less clicks. So these are like these could be a little more intimidating terms, but in my other videos, I can break it down to even more on how to track your analytics, improve your overall shop in the future. All right, so this question is a bit of a mouthful. What's the most important thing that makes someone click on your Etsy listing versus your competitors on search? So what this means is like, all right, so I probably could have worded this a bit better, but what it means is when someone is on a search page where there's a bunch of different listings, like yours is on there, you got your competitors on there, what's an attribute that make them click on yours instead of clicking on the listing next to yours? So one of them, I said good keywords, good imagery, and good pricing. All right. So good keywords is something that has already landed you on that page itself. So it's less relevant, which is also important, but not as much because that's what got you on that page for them to see it to begin with. So next down is imagery. 73% of you guys said good imagery is what will get you to click. And I personally, I do agree. I agree. Like if you've seen my other videos, I talk a lot about how aesthetics and imagery is probably one of the most important things. And that is true. You could have the best product ever, but if you're showing it in a dim lighting, the color correction is not right, it's not going to get you to click. It's not going to look as professional. All right. And obviously good pricing is something that you just want to make sure you're set properly with your competitors. So that shouldn't really be that big of a problem, but this is pretty much going to be the make it or break it part is the imagery aspect of it. Okay. That'll get you the actual click compared to your competitors. All right. So on April 11th, this was recently, Etsy has increased its current 5% transaction fees to 6.5. Will this help us as sellers? So for me, one of them says, heck yes, more traffic for us. Another one is, nope, we pay more fees, sad face. Okay, so when I say heck yes, it means, you know what, cool. I'm going to be paying a bit more, but in return, Etsy, you guys are going to help us drive more traffic. And the next one is, no, I don't want to pay any more fees. It just means more for us that we're going to lose. And majority of you guys did say, that no, we don't want to pay this. This sucks. But for me, I think it's okay. A couple years back, I know it was at 3% when they increased it to 5%. Correct me if I'm wrong on the date, but I actually received more sales when that happened, even though, yes, I had to pay more on the fees, but I got more traffic for some reason. So I'm pretty sure it's because of their marketing strategies that worked. So I do hope that this is the case. But yeah, it definitely does suck when it is an increase in the fee itself. But I believe that they know what they're doing with the extra cost here, that it will benefit us sellers in the end. All right. So this one is, what is your primary focus when opening up new Etsy shop? First one is make profits. 70% of you guys said that. And the next one is build up reviews, 30%. All right. So this one, the reason why I asked this question for you guys is I want to know is obviously what you prioritize when you have a shop. Are you going to have something that's set at full price already and you just want to make those profits right away? Or are you someone that's willing to have a lower price, make less profits, but you're able to generate more sales, gain more momentum, and ultimately build more reviews? And then later on down the road, you can slowly increase that price back to where you would like to actually start making money. And the graph will kind of go like this, but it will slowly just go up. And as you can see how I'm explaining this, you already know which one I would prefer and how I would do my shops is I would like to build up the reviews to begin with. So this is an important one. You definitely want to pay attention to on how you're going to start your shop. And this is a lot easier to implement if you're doing digital products, because since you're selling digital products, it doesn't really cost you anything. So you can price it at any point you want. You can have as low as $1 or 2 if you really wanted to. If you want to just quickly get those sales and get those reviews and build up your listings and slowly wrap up there. All right, so this one here, how many listings should you start in a new Etsy shop just to prove the concept? And when I mean prove the concept, I mean when you have an idea to start, when you think about selling a new product or a new category, how many listings should you do before you kind of like just sit and just watch and realize, okay, cool, is this working or not? So right now we have 1 to 3 listings. We got 12 to 16, we got 36 to 48, and then we have 80 plus listings. That's a lot. If you're going to prove, if you have 80 listings to start a proof of concept, that's quite a bit, but if you truly believe it, then you can, if you really think that that's what it takes for you to get there, and then you do you. But ideally, personally, I go for the 12 to 16. Okay, so it's kind of cool that a lot of you guys said that. I wonder if it's because you guys watch my previous videos, and I always talk about this, like 12 to 16. And even 12 to 16, you might think that it's a lot of listings, but let's say if you're doing digital products, what I would do is I would just make, let's say, four to six different original unique designs or listings. And from there, you can make multiple color variations, right? So you can make a blue one, you can make a green one, you can do different ones, you can do a black and white one. And that way, create way more listings just with 4 to 6 different unique designs. Okay, hopefully that makes sense. But all I'm saying is you don't need to make 16 unique different stuff. You can make a few and create variations of them, and just to create more listings. But that is it. So hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you enjoyed this kind of format of me just explaining my thought process on these polls, because I plan on just creating these more polls. And obviously it's just for me to have a better understanding of you guys and how I can help contribute and create better content for you. And if you're new here, make sure to like and subscribe and comment if you have any questions regarding these questions. And check out the link below if you want to do one-on-one coaching with me. I can show you step by step on how you can start your shop and what product category that you should start with that's best for you. Or if you already have a shop going, I can help you review your shop to see what you can do to improve it and anything like that. So feel free to reach out, and I'll see you in the next video. Take care.